right.
Fellas, I think it's time.
It's time?
Yes.
Oh, man, it's time to do the thing?
Yes, do the thing.
Alexa, let's do it.
Okay, but before we start, understand, I don't condone violence, but if Will Smith had slapped me, he'd never use his hands or legs again. I guarantee you that. Really, what grown man slaps another grown man? That's a move. Start the show.
Oh, damn it, Jada!
We are back for another episode of the Bears Den. The Wolf is excited. Why are you so excited, man?
Oh, man, he wants to go right into it.
Get right
man.
into it. You see, I've never seen you with this big a smile on your face, man, in a while.
I'm not angry, man. I mean, I'm not. I'm just, I don't know, man. Like,
You're riled up right now. Seriously.
oh, man. Like, I got to talk.
The audacity.
I am in the cycle with everybody else. I've been sucked in, man.
Yeah,
like,
man. This has been the biggest cycle in a long time.
You heard her. She even said she doesn't condone violence, but seriously.
She knows, man. She knows what's going on. I love her, man.
Hey, listen. I don't know where to start with this, so I'll start right at the top. How does a man slap another man? I don't understand it.
Oh man, I don't know how that happened, man. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I wasn't even watching the show, and I had a buddy of mine in a group text. He sent a text and said, "Man, did you just see that Chris Rock got assaulted on live TV?" I was like, first of all, I thought he was like, on live TV. What's going on? The Oscars. I was like, well, I didn't even know that was going on. And I didn't believe it, man. I didn't see it live.
You know, it's like I was watching it, and I swear I was like,
that wasn't real.
That's a skit, man. I was like, it's the Oscars, man. Even the sound effects, I was like, that, like a thump, like, you know what I'm saying? I had the bass on it and everything, and he walked off, and he was like, wow, I just got hit by Will Smith. I'm waiting for the punchline, like everybody says, and it doesn't show up.
Yeah.
And then he starts to get into it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, so this is real.
Yeah.
Let's rewind. So if this is real, you just slapped that dude.
Yeah, right in the mouth. In the mouth.
I asked all my friends this question, man. If another, you know what I'm about to ask.
Yeah.
If another man walks up and slaps you, bro.
I don't even know. I don't even want to think about what would happen because I've been in situations that have been less than that. Let's just say for what it is, right? But let's say for what it is to slap a person individually. First of all, that's one of the most disrespectful things you could do. I mean, it's not even the pain part about it, like it's gonna hurt. It's just the respect. Back in the day when you slapped him and it was time for a duel, he had to step off 12 steps, and we're gonna shoot this out. Like, you know, back in the day in the medieval times, they take their gloves off and they smack him in. Like somebody had to die. Like you had to go. Like one of y'all wasn't gonna make it through that the next day. You know what I mean? So like, that's disrespectful since the beginning of time. You know, Michael, I challenge you to a duel.
Did he just slap?
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if that's what, like, back in the day, right, when you duel people, right? I wonder if that's what they said, like, yo, did he just slap me?
Yeah. It's like, so the history of it, man, is very disrespectful. Brendan, what do you think about somebody? What would you do if somebody slapped you, Brendan?
I mean,
oh my God, you're right. That's like not like imagine getting punched. It's like,
yeah,
okay, all right, it's time for a fight. But if you get slapped, like that is like, that's
the ultimate test of your manhood.
Yeah,
like
correct. But okay, so
to your face.
Yeah.
Okay, but if it holds true to what you said, right, with the duel, like it's time for a duel, no duel really happened because he walked off.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, listen. I got on the bandwagon and I started. Y'all remember this right here, right?
Oh my God!
Y'all remember this? Watch this. Remember he slapped the dude, right? See, and then hold on, I'm slapping.
Real audience reaction.
Yeah, hold on. Yes. Watch.
Man, what the hell is your
Slaps
problem,
him.
man?
Whap! So he slapped him, right? Straight up, like decked this dude, right? And I was like, is that a pattern? Well,
it's a pattern.
Do you like to slap people?
I think that he was raised in the inner city, like, and I think
Wait, hold on. Who slapped somebody? Who slapped somebody in this?
Maybe not a slap, but the aggression of that. Like, this is my territory. This is how I defend myself.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Bro, trust me.
Yeah.
Listen. So the whole time I'm watching it, right, and I need to get your take on it because I get a little too in. Let's get the least aggressive take out of all of them. Producer B, what did you think about it?
If that was me, I probably would have reacted in a way out of anger. Chris Rock really held himself together. I think what a lot of people missed is what he said. He like mumbled to himself, but you could hear it. There's some clips of him saying it. He goes, I could, never mind. That's what Chris Rock said after he slapped him. So I'm thinking maybe he had that thought in his head, like I could probably retaliate and fucking deck you or say something terrible, and he didn't.
So my whole thing, and I'm not speaking for him, but I don't know, man. I guess Mark Brown is the least aggressive in this situation too. So you saw the clip. You didn't think it was real.
When I first saw him, I thought it was fake. It was like almost like those Rocky punches. When the person punches you and Mr. T gets punched, he kind of goes with the punch and it looks real fake. And then, like you said, the sound effect, I was like,
the bass.
Then, like, when you see the reaction of them, I'm like, either they're the greatest actors in the world, but that was real. That was like a real reaction. Because you could see Chris, he was like, kind of like in shock. Like, he just smacked me. And then, like Brendan said, he was like, I could, and then he stopped himself. You know what I mean? And kudos to him for having composure. Because if it was real, that was probably somebody that was the most composed I've seen somebody hold himself in a moment like that. You know what I mean? It's just natural instinct. Somebody slap you, probably slap right back as soon as wow, it's gonna come right back. Like, you slap me, I'm coming back with a slap. You know what I mean?
I'm just not even a slap. I'm knocking you out.
Yeah, something's gonna happen.
I'm knocking you out. I mean, if you're gonna lose something, teeth. Something. You know what I'm saying?
I think
I'm gonna try.
I've heard people say this before, and they talked about things that Chris Rock has said about the couple in the past, like in 2016 or whatever.
I think it's coming.
Yeah, just like when he was just making Jada said they were going to boycott the awards, and Chris Rock was like, "Well, that's good because nobody you didn't get an invite because they weren't up for any awards, right?" So I think there might have been some history there that we might not all be privy to.
I saw that too, man. But like at the end of the day, you just got to be honest with you. Like, these comedians come in and they roast.
You got to know that that's going to happen. That's part
what
of
they do.
Yeah.
That's part of the gig. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like
It wasn't disrespectful. I get it. Alopecia is something that people deal with, the hair loss, but it's not something it's not fatal. Is my point. It's not like she had cancer, stage 4 cancer. And you said something about her hair, like, oh, G.I. Jane. Then I could see that. You know what I mean? Like, no, dude, you talking about she might die from this.
So, correct. I agree with all. My whole thing is he's still a comedian, man.
Yeah.
It's just jokes. I could understand if he's walking around personally telling these jokes. You know what I mean? It's an onstage performance.
Yeah.
And real talk, she didn't get invited.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. And this is something else that nobody might agree with. Like, I might start something. I hope I don't get slapped. Mark Brown, don't reach over.
No.
But anyway, I'm just saying, man, like honestly, he turned the Oscars into the Source Awards.
Yeah.
Real talk.
He did.
Actually, the Source Awards is above that because at the Source Awards, they never got into that. You know what I'm saying?
It might happen off camera.
They would talk trash, but ain't nobody walk up on stage and do no disrespectful shit like that.
No, because it would.
You know what I mean?
It would get set off. It would be a problem.
Not only did I realize the Oscars this year was mad black. Mad black.
Shout out to Will Packer for producing it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, are we too extreme? Are we too extreme? Jada Pinkett says something. Will Smith and his people and team, this is speculation, gets involved. COVID hits, can't really do nothing about it. COVID comes back. Obviously, the big thing that's been going on in the world between race and gender, let's make this something. At what point does a pendulum go way too far right, way too far left until we get to the center where it's like it's a good mix, right?
Yeah.
So you have something that turned mad black, and I'm sorry, it was, right? Because when somebody gets up on stage, slaps somebody and says, keep your hands, keep your name out my... Bro! Black on black. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what picture are you trying to paint is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
You know?
To me, that's one of the things that bothered me the most. It wasn't necessarily, the slap is wrong, but it was more so the emasculating of another black man by another black man
Real
on
talk.
national TV. I take it back to like put it in my background from athletics. Like if you let somebody try you on the football field to where like they could take advantage of you, you know what I mean? Then you would get taken advantage of more and more because then it's acceptable. People see it like, he can't do nothing. I can do this to him. He's not going to. You got to be able, and the same goes in life. As a man, you got to stand your ground. There's certain things that's not acceptable. You know what I mean? So, like, I had a big problem with that is that it was kind of giving everybody okay that, you know, to emasculate a black man is okay. And that's not okay.
And
in general, it's not okay to emasculate any man, but like I'm saying from like, you got to understand the history of it. And I've heard this before when people were talking about it, like back in the day, like in the early, right after the slavery was abolished, and you know there was still a lot of racism. They would lynch you. White people will lynch black people. They would spit on you. They would call you the N-word, and they would smack you. Right. So that's who. It's a little more deep rooted than just two black men. It's like some history to it. Like that's what was done to us in the past. So for you to do that to another man. And then it's so many ways you can go down this, like it's just disrespectful on so many levels.
I also think that when you do that, it puts it into perspective. Like it's almost like chess pieces were put in place, right? When you do something like that, it sends a ripple effect to other communities that says, see, I told you they can't.
Yeah.
They can't congregate. I told you they can't put some shit together. I told you they can't, you know, be at the top of their game without shit going wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what bothers me, and that's what I mean about this pendulum thing going way too far left, way too far right. It could have been the same shit if, you know, you had a whole bunch of Asians and there was freaking like an Asian director and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, my whole point is the balance is off. And I think, you know, so that's one thing. And I think that the people, right, that wanted this, right, totally threw the balance off. Because if Jada Pinkett is calling for more black this, okay, here you go. The person who asked for it at the court piece essentially caused this shit to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the irony of it, right? And a lot of that shit, man, is like, that's why I'm so angry about it, man. I'm also angry about it because I feel like if Mark Brown, if you went up there, real fucking talk, if Mark Brown walked up that bitch as a host and said the same joke, not saying that you would because that's not you, but if you did, Will Smith wouldn't walk up to you.
No, if it was The Rock or somebody like that,
Fuck
physically,
that,
no,
bro.
it ain't happening.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what is that? What is he trying to show?
I think that slap was a lot of built-up frustration he had from their situation that happened almost a year ago with the whole, you know, singer and she was their situation, how they lived their lifestyle in open marriage, how it got out in public.
Is that legit? I mean, we're gonna play the clip, but is it legit that it's an open marriage? And what the fuck does that mean?
It's something I don't like. I'm not in their bedroom, so I don't know the details of it. But you've heard it in the past, and before that even came out, that they like other couples or like other, you know, partners.
It's more
and
like her idea than his, I feel like, though.
Yeah.
It sounds, because when she talks about it, she's the one talking about it, and then the camera pans over to his face, and then that's where the meme came from. It's just him just looking extremely down bad.
I mean,
that adds another layer to the whole conversation.
Yeah, but so you rehash that, right? So you bring that up because I'm gonna play the clip in a second, but and analyze it a little bit. But my whole thing is when we were watching, and I've never been like a Jada Pinkett, Will Smith. Like I don't not like him, but you know what I mean. I watched all the movies. It's whatever, right? I mean, shit. When Jada Pinkett back in the day, I was like, she was in the movie. I was like, you know what I mean? We all had our woman crush on her, right?
Yeah.
But so I actually watched the interview for the first time, and this is a couple of years old. Bro, she fucked him up, bro. And I'm sorry, man, but that is one conversation that we just need to keep to ourselves.
Yeah.
That shit don't need to go out there in public.
Yeah. So, I feel like he did to Chris Rock what she did to him. She emasculated him on a national platform in front of the public.
For those of you who don't know, here's a little bit of how the conversation started. I'm not going to get into it. This is the meat of it where he basically broke down to her. He was like, I know we're going back and forth with the bullshit, but Jada, why don't you just tell people what you did? This is how the shit sounded, for real.
I think, so, I mean, because this is your red table and you brought yourself to the red table. I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space and what happened.
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
Entanglement.
An entanglement.
Yes.
One thing I'll say I noticed about Will Smith, he's got the Kamala Harris cackle. When he gets uncomfortable, he laughs. I've noticed that. Like that. Kamala Harris, every time
it's a nervous twitch.
It's a nervous twitch, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kamala, you know you lied. What you talking about?
She lied.
She lied. It's the same thing with him. He has the twitch. Like that, and that's his twitch. So notice that. One thing. Go ahead.
Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely. I was in a lot of pain, and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself. Mm-hmm. And luckily enough,
his face was like, yeah, whatever.
You and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner.
Okay, so that's the thing, right?
There's something that we don't know about.
That went through with them.
Yeah.
All right? Listen, man. I got to say this. I'm not trying. Listen, when you bring the shit out to the public, then I'm going to fucking analyze it.
Yeah.
If that shit was in your house, whatever, it's none of my business.
And that's
right?
another thing. If you got to bring it out to the public, you got to bring it all out.
And it's just
don't bring it out.
Exactly.
Because then you lead to speculation.
I think, right? My opinion is I don't think she's the fucked up one. I think he's the fucked up one.
Yeah.
Right? When you get to a certain level, bro, that you get so removed from reality, you look at all these motherfuckers, and he's not even close to that level, but he's on that scale.
Yeah.
Right? He's on that scale.
Yeah.
You get into weird shit, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Your reality changes.
You know?
Yes.
Like real talk,
like
man.
some shit that a normal person would be like, you do what? You drink cat milk from Indonesia?
Listen, to that point. No, to that point.
I want to hear what
I was talking. No, to that point, and then I want to hear your point. The reason why you get into weird shit, take this. Amazon, right, is about to start sending a whole bunch of satellites into space. A bunch, because they're getting ready to get into the cell phone and internet business, right? So a friend of mine is doing some work with them. I said, yo, with all those satellites they send up into space, like, aren't they going to crash into, like, NASA stuff in the International Space Station? He goes, no, they bought an altitude. I said, fuck you saying it did what come again? They bought an altitude, right? When you get, so they bought between, so, hi, honey, how you doing? I own between 200,000 feet and 300,000 feet of air. That shit is
nobody
mine.
else can come in there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you get to that level, you want some next shit. So I think this is some next shit, right?
Yeah.
And it went south, and he got fucked up over.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Brendan? What were you gonna say? You disagree?
No, I really disagree with that. I don't think he's into like weird stuff. Mike, me and you, we knew a certain couple that had a similar dynamic play out, and you know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think this has been.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about.
Now you get it. But
yeah.
This has been going on for a long time. I watched an interview with Will Smith where he talked about Tupac and him being scared and jealous of Tupac. So I think Jada just kind of wears the pants in the relationship, and the way she talks about it is very. She's in control. She's directing the narrative, directing the conversation, and I think that that she wears the pants in the relationship because he literally got cucked by Tupac, and then he got cucked by another rapper. And now we pause it and look at his face.
Hold on, there you go.
Definitely saying we did everything that we could to get away from each other, only to realize that wasn't possible.
So we come into the red table. So I'm in the Jada position right now. So you during that time launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
Not you, Mom.
But to Brendan's point, I feel like this is something that's gone on for like decades, going back to when she used to date Tupac. It's like you ever date somebody, Mike, and then you know somebody that she's dated before you kind as a man you kind of naturally compare yourself, not like if you're better, but just like but you've compared yourself. If you thought
you feel lower. I mean,
not even lower high, but in some way you kind of
listen. I've been cheated on.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel good.
No.
I became like it just didn't.
But then you put on this level of Tupac. Tupac is this huge iconic figure in our culture of
You're
rap
fucking
history.
Will Smith.
But I'm saying, it's that it doesn't matter.
Tupac is our culture. Will Smith is our culture and a whole bunch of other cultures, man. White, black, everybody. Yo, he made Independence Day, bro.
But they're on the same level. They're on the same level.
I don't know about that, bro.
I think that one has been dead for
Prince of Bel. Oh, one has been alive.
Been dead for a while. But on that same level. Now, if Tupac would have been worked at Blockbuster Video, Will might not have felt as bad, or he might have, but they're on the same level. So I think like over the years, like Brendan said, it's something that's built up. You throw the recent thing when she got into the entanglement. That was like the kerosene on top of the bonfire, and I think it's been building in him. And his slap wasn't towards Chris Rock, but I think it was everything that built up over the years and decades.
Yeah, stop taking my manhood slap. That's what it sort of was.
He's still salty about that, though, man. It's hard. Like, I'm sorry, but like if you look at this whole video, man, I feel sorry for the dude to a degree. Right, I mean, I did have some questions about like, was it him? Was he into some next stuff because they had a problem before, which led her astray?
Yeah, because she does say you've paid me, you've got me back in the past or something like that.
Well, no, he said,
about so my turn or something.
At the end, hold on. So at the end of the, I got the clip. At the end of the interview, coming to the end of the interview, she was, they talked about the relationship, not to bore with the details. It was an affair, fuck. But she goes, bygones be bygones. But here's how it ended, though.
I don't want to go through this no more.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Yeah. I'm going to get you back first, and then...
You going to get me back. I think you got me back. I think you...
That laugh, yeah.
I think we're good on that,
okay? Okay, yeah. That's probably true.
But... and I don't think it's about getting anybody back.
No, for me it is.
Boom. When he said that, dude, the way he said it was like, you don't understand. I'm finna get you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is. It's some weird shit that just didn't come out. What bothered me too is that he felt like he was privileged enough that he could walk up, smack somebody, and walk off.
Oh yeah. Like you said, his behavior, like he's done this before.
No consequence.
Like not even shook.
Right. Yeah. And then the flip side, what really fucked me up is the fact that when they announced he was Actor of the Year, right? Motherfuckers act like nothing ever happened. He cried. I get all the butt jokes. When you in this business, fuck, you got into the fucking business, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. How much money is in your fucking bank account? You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that makes me mad, man. It's like your privileged ass gonna stand on fucking stage right now after you smacked another black man and fucking cry in front of the fucking camera and say, you're the butt of all jokes. Bro, you let your wife play you on fucking YouTube, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On YouTube. Think about this, right? Think about it. Like, would you even stand for some shit like that? You're gonna be the butt of all fucking jokes.
Yeah. That's why I said, like, this is like, that's when you get to this level of celebrity, like things are magnified. Like, yeah, you said like we've all been in this place where maybe we've cheated on somebody or we've gotten cheated on before. But when you add like, when nobody's sending you comments constantly about what happened in your marriage, what happened in your relationship, this is like when you, like you said, this is what you wanted. You wanted that fame, you wanted that celebrity, but you're still a human being, and it's still going to affect you in some kind of way. It's probably very traumatic.
Yep, it is.
I can imagine. Can you imagine waking up in the morning after your wife told you she had an entanglement and looking at your phone and just all these constant comments? You can't get away from it. You have to throw your phone in the water and not get on social media to not see that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine it?
She said entanglement. Like,
I mean, dude, seriously. So I was just trying to give a different point of view. Like maybe he's fucked up because of the situation they had. But, to Producer B's point, which actually I'm probably leaning more towards, maybe she's fucked up. She posted like a day after everything happened, she posted something on her IG that said, it's a time for healing and I'm here for that. Yo, chick, seriously? You really did enough. We're good. You know what I'm saying? We're straight. Thanks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like in her story, like if you watch her history, it's like she always says it's time for healing. you obviously have some healing to do. Don't bring it out into the rest of the world and get me fucking angry because your husband just fucking everything we worked for is fucking in flames.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And another bit of advice, sweetheart, the reason why you probably have alopecia is because you're stressed the fuck out, okay? Whatever fucking serotonin hit you're trying to get that you cannot get in life, it's stressing you out, so your hair's falling out. That's what the fuck is happening. Fix that shit, and the beautiful Jada Pinkett that we saw with Pac, no disrespect, Will, is gonna be back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
We've
simple.
I think we've all been in situations, or we've all seen it personally happen to somebody we know, where a female puts a battery, so to speak, in a guy's back. Somebody that you're dating, right? Are you gonna let him talk to me like that? So as a man, you're like, I gotta stick up for my woman, because when you look at the whole how it played out at the Oscars, he kind of laughed in the beginning,
yes,
like he might have been uncomfortable, but if she wasn't laughing, and he probably looked over at her. You know what I mean? And she probably had that look like, you ain't gonna say nothing.
No time.
So you get that battery put in your back, it can get you. Yeah,
you'll be fucked up.
Yeah,
and your man Joe Rogan said the other day. He said, when you were watching him when he was like, keep your wife. Keep my wife. He goes, he almost looked like he was playing a role. Like it almost looked like he went somewhere else.
Yeah,
and he was like playing a character. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, dude, I think he got some other shit going on, and that whole Hollywood shit, man. Like, there's some fucked up shit going on.
Crazy stuff.
Because for him to be like, people talk about you behind your, but that's some executive. I'm pretty sure, like, he's on that level.
High level.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So motherfuckers talking about him.
Yeah.
They're talking about his wife.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
They know all the dirty secrets, all the little things that go on behind closed doors.
But then the crazy part is, for some reason, these motherfuckers think that without them, they can't. I don't know, man.
And just to get into a different topic of that, these are the same people that a lot of people listen to when it comes to politics, when it comes to societal stuff.
Good point.
They're giving it to you from a privileged standpoint.
Right.
They're telling you all these liberal ideas, but their lifestyle isn't your lifestyle. Their struggles aren't your struggles. Yeah, it could have been in the past, but most of these people are so far removed from when they had those same struggles that it's not their reality anymore.
When you think about it like this, in this regard, right, there is physical evidence of you assaulting somebody.
Yeah.
Right? Will Smith is on that, to Mark's point, Will Smith is on that level where he just got up and did it without thinking how much this could impact me financially.
Can I go to jail?
I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to jail.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the shit that's fucking scary when you listen to motherfuckers like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let a motherfucker like Will Smith go to Philly and do that shit to one of his Philly dudes. See, try to do that shit to Meek Mill.
No, it ain't happening.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Try to do that shit to Meek Mill.
Yeah, you're going to be worried about the consequences.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck, do that shit to an average motherfucker here in Atlanta or somewhere else. It's going to be different, man.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like that. I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like I'm just so fucking worked up. And my wife was like, why are you just so worked up over it? It's this kind of aggression. I'm just like, Sarah, relax. You don't know what I'm dealing with.
I'll give you a funny story, man. My wife, I love her. She is on another level, right? So this is when I finish with the story, you'd be like, y'all are a little bit crazy. So this is about Little League Baseball, right? 7-year-old baseball.
I already know where this is going.
We're playing a game, and a game we should have won, right? Because we were playing a team that wasn't as good as us, but we lost, right? So after the game, like, my wife is mad. We don't take losing well in our household, right? So the other coaches, we're unpacking my stuff after the game, putting all the stuff in the duffel bag, all the equipment, all the kids' equipment, and the other coach is coming over after he had his meeting with his team and saying, good game, whatever. And my wife sees him coming, and she goes, oh, shit, here he comes. I was like, who comes? She goes, the other coach. I was like, okay. She like, he thinks he owns you. He think he owns you. She said that and talking to the battery going in your back. Man, the hair in the back of my neck stood up. But she said he think he owns you. So we got home fast forward. I didn't say anything at the time, right? So we get home and that night I said, Candace, I said, you almost got that man fucked up. I was like, because you set something off in me that I was like, what do you mean he owns me? Speaking to somebody putting a battery in your back, right? I was like, you said that man. Little League Baseball, right? I said, you almost got that man killed. When she said that, I could feel the hairs like on the back of my, like like an animal. Like it's time to go. We're in the prone position.
Yeah.
But like that's just to go to say, man, like you got to be careful if you love somebody, the positions you put them in, right?
When you were explaining how he's laughing, he looked over. It's like it's a split-second decision you got to make, right, in your head. Like you notice that your wife is upset, and you got to say to yourself, I could continue laughing and be cool, and this will blow over, but I'm gonna have to deal with it when I go home.
When I get home,
right?
When I get home,
and I don't know how long
he has to deal with. So.
I
said, who knows what he has to do? She could have like dudes waiting at home.
But just as a man, not so say get home, but it's like a figure speech.
I don't know whatever thing he has
when they get in the car, when they drive away from the office.
You didn't hear what he said about me, and you fucking laughed. So
when we get behind closed, he has to deal with it when they get behind closed doors when it's just them two.
So he can either do that or get his ass up right now and be chivalrous and protect his woman, and when he goes home, he can sleep tonight and turn off his phone because social will be bugging. Turn off the phone and TV, you're good, right? Remove yourself. And he chose peace and quiet.
Peace and quiet.
You know what I'm saying? He chose peace and quiet.
He chose the peace and quiet of the present. He not what's going to come after. Peace and quiet is not right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what would be fucked up is if they got in the car and Jada said, well, you didn't have to smack the motherfucker. Woman, I swear.
Like, what messages are you saying? You're confusing me. Look, you're getting entanglement. I slapped somebody to defend you. Like, what do you want from me?
And the other part about it that was funny is that most people, right, that actually, you had the actors that all came in. Like, Jim Carrey was like, swear to God, like, if that was me, you'd have been hearing about a $200 million lawsuit happening right now, right? Everybody was like, Wanda Sykes was disgusted. But then there were people like Janet Hubert that played the mom on Fresh Prince. It was like, so proud of you. Yes, there is only so much one can take. She tweeted this. Sometimes you have to slap back, celebrate the win. Nothing else matters. Both actions were incorrect, but Chris didn't need to go there. Met him once. It was enough for me. Very spirited man, or very mean-spirited, I mean.
That's
what she said.
Everybody has an opinion.
Well, she's a D-list actor that nobody's probably calling for roles.
Yeah, you got to figure out what the perspective is.
So I got to figure out how I'm going to get some roles. Come on, man. You just instilling more shit, man. Like, that shit was not cool. Like, so now you're going to go into Chris because he's, mean-spirited, because he's telling jokes.
Met him once. Met him once is what she
said.
Said.
Well, I read one tweet from you, and I don't like you.
But that goes to speak to, like, the level of celebrity that Will Smith is at. Everybody had, this is one thing that, even like you said, I don't want to get into this, but you guys are forced it. Everybody, majority of people have an opinion on it.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
You got to say it's disrespectful because it's like, when you invest, like somebody like that gets up and fucking says, right? I'm a vessel. I worked for this. I'm a vessel for my people. No, motherfucker, your people put you there. Myself included, Mark Brown included, fucking Brendan Gasley included. I bought a fucking ticket to see all your fucking movies. I fucking bought all your DVDs.
All your bullshit, get jiggy with it.
Okay? So, all your fucking music. So, you know what? I invested into you, and I don't expect the product of my investment to fucking look like this, is my fucking point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do all that shit on your own fucking time, man. You want to beef with Chris? You got enough fucking money, man. This shit ain't, don't do that shit. Nah, that's not what I fucking paid for, man. Yeah. And that's why I'm upset. Because... like you said, these motherfuckers get up there and they tell you what to do, and it's like, do as I say, not as I fucking do. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
And you know what? Fuck you, Chris Rock, for not fucking saying something or fucking standing up and say, you know what, motherfucker slaps you. Listen, the Bible says, an eye for a fucking eye. It doesn't say it like that.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
An eye for an eye, and that doesn't necessarily mean, it means that the punishment needs to equal what the punishment needs to equal what the crime was, right?
Yeah.
In front of your judge and peers. At that moment when you slap me, I become judge and fucking jury, bro, and you would get fucking knocked down.
Yeah.
This may not make it to YouTube, by the way.
But that's how. I teach my kids the same thing. I always tell them, when you go to school, you're not going to be a bully, but you're going to stand up for yourself.
Seriously.
You're not going to start something, but if something gets started, you're going to finish it. You know what I mean? That's how I was raised. Like, you just have to, especially when it comes to physical, like, you have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself. You have to protect your family. You know what I mean? Like you have things you have to protect as a man.
I just think it's wrong, man. I just think it just was bad for another.
You hear, my wife always tells me, yeah, when they're at school, she's always like, Mark, don't tell them that because they told them to go tell the teacher when you get. I said, no, you tell the teacher after you handle it then and there.
No, I mean, but
yeah,
real talk. One thing that I don't know if you do this as a dad. When I hear something wrong, the first thing I go after is my kid. Like, what'd you do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure there'll be little innuendos about it where he won't go there completely, right? There's probably a reason he didn't press charges, and at that point, you got to think of it as a business move.
Yeah.
Right?
You give me free publicity, more publicity than I
Motherfucker,
can
I'm
going
to talk about it. I ain't press charges. I can talk. Yeah, you
I'm gonna make some money off of it.
Motherfucker. I'm going to make some. Versus if he presses charges, it goes into this legal thing, and then he's probably going to sign some shit that says he can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he might be like, Chris
it
Rock
was a business move.
He might be the most smartest man that came out of all of this.
Seriously.
You know what I'm saying?
When you think about it in hindsight, it's a smart business move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're gonna benefit from it. Yeah. He took the emotion out of it. In that point, we all say we would have reacted out of emotion. But in business, they always say you take the emotion out of it, right? Yeah. So he took the emotion out of it. He restrained himself, and he probably is going to benefit from it financially.
That probably might be the lesson out of this entire thing, right? Because as we sit here and analyze, I didn't even think about that. I'm talking it through and going, shit, this sounds like a business move for your ass.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I sue you for $200 million. I'm not going to get $200 million, but I'm going to get something. I'm going to have to sign saying I'm not going to talk about it, talk shit about you, whatever. Now I'm not going to press charges on the motherfucker. But he going to hear about it, though.
Yeah, that's going to be the slap that
motherfucker, you remember
infamy.
when you hit me? Huh? And then what the fuck's Will Smith going to say? He could pull the fucking tape. Mr. Smith, no, you actually did hit him.
You hit him right in the mouth.
Yeah, you should have did that. You fucking hit him. And he's making quadruple off of what you would have settled for. Maybe that might have been the move.
You know what they should do? Somebody should make it like an NFT or something. You know what I mean? some kind of way.
Hey, listen.
It probably already is.
Although I will say that it was, I'm passionate about it being completely wrong. I appreciate the people's creativity with the fucking memes, bro.
Yeah, man.
I've been fucking posting them shits, laughing my ass off. You have to find some humor in this because
it's pretty funny. I saw one that said, he's from Philadelphia. What'd you think he was going to do?
I mean, it's like some people are like, I got one little fight. My mom got scared. And it's just like a whole bunch of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like you wake up the next morning to that. Like, first of all, whoever posted his response was not Will Smith.
Yeah.
That was a publicist's response.
PR.
We all know that.
Yeah, PR
That's
move.
a PR move, right? That's the official response. Like, fuck you, bro. Like,
I slap you and I'll do it again. That's his real response.
Fuck, I'm not posting that shit. And then and he, I wonder when he's gonna surface again and how.
Oh, supposedly he's supposed to be the next guest on Red Table Talk. He's gonna go back on her show. Yeah, supposedly. Yeah. No. The Will Smith. No.
Oh, but you know what? Eventually, this will be like a reunion, like Evander and Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, when he bit his ear off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna get together like in 10 years. Like, I remember when I slapped Chris. I didn't mean to slap you. I
but then it makes you think about like, was it staged? Like, why is he going on her show? Like,
Whose show?
Right on Jada's show, Red Table Talk.
Was it planned?
Well, that's why I don't know.
No, it was probably planned because they knew that he was going to win the nomination, or he was nominated. Like, that's a big fucking deal. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So maybe that was a come up. Yeah, right. That he was going to be on the show.
She's like, come on my show so I can emasculate you some more.
I mean, I don't know if are they going to do the show.
She's like a witch to me, man. Like she sees, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something about they say that somebody's eyes are the window to their soul. Something about her eyes, man. It's just like
there's a whole bunch of that shit. Listen, man, I thank you. Thank you, Lord, up above, for never me wanting to go to that swamp they call fucking California.
Oh, yeah.
To be in fucking Hollywood.
I mean, to that point, right? I was in California and Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood.
Sorry, not California, Hollywood.
I was in Hollywood 2 years ago. And
I misspoke.
We were hanging out, whatever, and we were staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel, famous hotel in Hollywood. People always talk about it. And we were at a bar at nighttime, just having a drink at the bar, and like no lie, just sitting in there. It felt like it was zombies, like real life zombies. Like it was weird to explain. Like people with like their face was real drawn, the way they looked real fake. The energy in there, it felt really spooky. It felt like Hollywood, man. Like some crazy stuff, man. And you just look at people in Hollywood. It's like
I have a friend of mine that will always say like to like any of our friends that are going to to LA. Like you will have friends who are like, I'm going to LA to be an actor and actress. His automatic response, that's great. LA needs another waiter or waitress.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, why would you want to do that, man? You know, and then to hear this dude, like when you saw, when he took that award, man, and that, you could see there's a lot of pain in that dude, man.
Yeah.
He gonna, like.
And one of the things we didn't talk about is that he took away from his crowning moment in his career. Will Smith did. He had never won an Oscar before. He won an Oscar somehow for this role, which I don't know how because I saw the movie and it wasn't that great.
It's all political.
But like, all political. So your crowning moment in a field that you worked 20 plus years in is it's marred. You know what I mean? On top of that, the Williams sister story is marred instead of just being, you know, this is our story. It was acclaimed and we won an Oscar for it. Now that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about a slap.
This is when you know, this is a perfect example of like when Kanye went up and said, but Beyonce had the best album ever. That's the equivalent. You know what I mean? You kind of like just took your moment away from you. You just made like this grand, like imaginary fairy tale thing turn into Source Awards.
You took a legacy moment and you turned it into a viral moment.
Like it really fucking did, man. And it's like, I feel sorry for Chris Rock because he didn't deserve that. Shit, my wife sat down and said, fucking this in today's world, today, right? Somebody telling you getting ready for a G.I. Jane role is a fucking big deal. That means you're a badass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's a joke. I mean,
regardless, man, like.
Not a terrible joke.
When we saw G.I. Jane, you know, and after you saw Demi Moore ended up being she was doing a fucking pull-ups and fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe, because you think to yourself, that could have been a plug, right?
Maybe what if she becomes G.I. Jane?
That's
and plays
what I'm
the movie?
saying.
Yeah.
Like people, like it may have been a joke, but maybe it's a plug, right? Like you could think to yourself, like she just got off of The Matrix, she's getting ready to do G.I. Jane shit. Like who the fuck knows, man? It was so fucking mild, like. Your self-actualization got so involved in it. I got alopecia and people know that, and my group is just going to think he's making fun of me. Like, bro, I didn't even know Jada Pinkett. I thought when she cut her hair, I thought it was a fashion statement.
Because she always has short hair. Like over time, she's always worn her hair short.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it. So who's to say that Chris Rock knew about it? Now that's that adds another layer. If he knew about it, I don't think he knew about it.
You know,
only he knows that.
People make statements all the time, right? Especially fucking celebrities.
Yeah.
She could have been fighting a cause for fucking, making a statement for women in Africa. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I think it was more of a compliment than anything else because you're going to be, in a movie, right?
Yeah.
He ain't disrespect you and
he
say
ain't call you the B word.
That's a fucked up looking dog. Why the fuck would you do that? Like, he didn't say that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, like I gave so much power to this, and it's bad, and you can't give a voice to shit. Huh?
Consider this your release. This is your release right here. You're letting it all out.
I still can't believe that he slapped somebody, man. I just can't believe he walked up to a dude, just whap, and then
he did do that.
Walked off
and straightened his jacket up like a gentleman.
Oh yeah, he did. He did the little pop.
You know what I'm saying?
Pulled his vest down at the bottom. And
that shows you so confident, like you're not gonna jump me.
Yeah,
bro.
Like if you slap somebody, you can't. More times than not, you're not gonna just turn your back on him because you're gonna expect them to attack you. He smacked him and walked away like it was normal. Like
what you
better
do?
Stay there and just take it. Yeah.
Like I'm executive producing your next role. Like that could be another layer. You know, they got production companies. Who knows who's in bed with who, right?
Yeah, you never know, man. The things that go on in Hollywood.
Bro, man, I'm telling you, it's a scary business, man. But
stay tuned.
What do you think is going to be the next step? What do you think is going to happen next?
She's going to be in G.I. Jane 2. Next summer, 2023. Coming soon. Jada Pinkett Smith. G.I. Jane 2. You might do the voiceover, Mike.
I might not. At this point, I don't think I'll get so canceled out of Hollywood, bro. Producer B, what you think is going to happen next?
There will be more entanglements.
Oh, yeah. It's just getting started.
I think he's going to come back and he's going to act like ain't shit ever happened.
You think so? Yeah. Just let it go.
And the world is going to be asking him, and he's going to try to duck it.
Yeah. Well, like I always say, whatever works for anybody in their relationship, in their family, more kudos to you. But if you put it in public, there's going to be some responses to it. So he has to live with that.
All right, man.
We out.
We gone. The Beer's Den.
The Beer's Den. Slap.